Hey guys, no live stream this week. As you can probably tell from my disheveled appearance and lack of bonsai gear. Yeah, this week hasn't gone to plan, and so let's talk about that. I hope you don't mind me maybe putting this as a premiere, just to pretend like I was almost live streaming. Anyway, so you remember my last video, which I will put a thing up here, I think. Hopefully that's the right corner. Otherwise, look at the other corner. Yeah, no, last video I was talking about low blood pressure and depression. Well, so what happened after that? On Monday, I went and saw the doctor because, like, I woke up just feeling really awful and, like, physically and emotionally. And yeah, when I rang the doctor's office to make an appointment, and my doctor wasn't initially available on Monday, I started crying and I had no control over it. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm being so dramatic. But that was sort of the level that my brain was just messed up, is like I couldn't stop that from happening. But as the receptionist was going through, she found there'd actually been a cancellation, so they slotted me in. And yeah, so I went and saw my doctor. And it turns out I'm actually just sick, like normal sick, rather than all this blood pressure, whatever. I mean, by the time I got there anyway, my blood pressure was back to normal, but I was still feeling really awful. So, yeah. I talked to my doctor about stuff. I think I was a bit out of it, so I didn't really push my case for blood pressure being like that important. And she was saying, yeah, it's not something to worry about. But yeah, she was like, you actually do look kind of pale and all this stuff, so let's just check, your ears and your mouth and all that kind of stuff. So she put the little thing in my ear, the temperature thing, but also like the thing where you can look in the ear. And then she looked at the back of my throat and was like, yeah, actually it's a little bit red. So even though I didn't have a sore throat, the back of my throat was red. And when she felt my neck, apparently my lymph nodes were also going off. So yeah, my immune system was just doing a bunch of stuff. And she said, yeah, I might just have some kind of virus, but my immune system was doing well enough that it wasn't giving me those normal symptoms. And instead I was just getting that sort of feeling of dizziness and, yeah, just not feeling great. So scrap whatever I said. I mean, maybe there is some link between low blood pressure and depression. We'll see once there's enough research about it. But as for what's happening to me, turns out I just caught some kind of bug and my body reacted weirdly to it. Instead of having the usual sore throat, runny nose, whatever, I just had the dizziness, the fatigue, I guess, those sort of things that look like low blood pressure. I mean, my blood pressure was low, but apparently not really. That's not really the issue. It's just actual sickness. But my doctor wasn't too worried about it. Like in Australia, we don't really have COVID at the moment. It's only in hotel quarantine. But they do say if you have like the mildest symptoms, you have to go and get tested. So my doctor sent me off to get tested, and yeah, I'm negative. So that's to be expected. But I've just caught some other regular cold virus or whatever just floating around. And oh, and as for the COVID test, if you're in Sydney, especially on Sydney's north, if you need a really quick COVID test done, the place in Roseville got it to me in less than 12 hours. And they also say like within 24 hours you should get your results. So that was really fast. That's the fastest I've had. But to be fair, it's the first test I've had in a while. Previously I went to the hospital, and before that I went to a private clinic attached to a hospital, or I don't know. But because I was due, like I went to the doctor on Monday and I was due to work today on Wednesday, I needed a result quick. And so my doctor's like, well, here's the clinic that we found is the fastest, and also private is usually faster than public. All of it's free in Australia to get a test. Like, even though it's a private clinic, it all goes to Medicare, so you don't need to pay anything. But yeah, the private clinics are faster, apparently, and these guys... it was such a weird day because I was kind of out of it. And so like after I came out of the doctor's, I was just going to go home first and then wait for mum to get home and then ask her maybe to take me to somewhere to get tested. But just then the exact right bus was coming. So I just was like, screw it. I just hopped on the bus and then switched to a train and yeah, got to the Roseville place. And while I was on public transport, I had my mask. Gotta have a mask on public transport in Sydney. While I was on the public transport, I got my phone out and just checked the thing, and you have to book in, but it's really easy booking process. You just send them a text, and then they send you, like, with what time you want going to be there, and they send you a confirmation. I'm sorry about the lighting today. It's, like, gloomy outside. But yeah, they send you back the time closest to what they can fit you in, and then you fill out this online form with your details, and yeah, then you just turn up. I even turned up early, and then she just gets me in, finds my paper, gets me in. I barely had time to check my details, had to fix my birthday on it, and then it's just like, the throat one, the nose one, and you're done. And it was super fast, and because I was out of it, like, it just felt like this whirlwind. I was in and out in like 5 seconds, it felt like. Whereas in the past, like, I've had to queue, and you sit down, and then they everything's very slow. This was just like, no, there you go, boom, boom, done. And I was like, okay, so I'm going home now. And yeah. So I barely had time to register what was happening, and then later that day they sent me a text once it reached the lab saying, oh, you'll get your results within this time, we've received your sample, blah blah blah. And then yeah, less than 12 hours after I had the test, I got my results. So that's the third test I've had, and it was actually easier somehow. I don't know if it's because I'm sick and I'm out of it, or if it's like their technique is better, or if maybe they were slightly less thorough than the hospital, because the hospital did like both nostrils as well as the throat, and it's just like but yeah, in the previous two I gagged on the throat one because I'm no good at that. And but this time it wasn't like, it gagged a little bit but not too much. And then the nose one even didn't feel so bad, and I wonder if maybe they used a thinner, what do you call them, swab? I don't know, it could just be because I'm out of it, but it felt easier than in the past. And one thing I sort of wonder also, talking about how long these things take to get the results, it's been a few months since the last test. I don't even remember when I got that, but presumably the processes have gotten a lot faster. So maybe if you even go to the hospital, it probably takes less time than it used to. Like, they were saying 2 days or so previously, but I'm rambling because I'm sick and I don't know where I'm going with this. But no, so since then, I got my negative, sure, but I've just spent a lot of time in bed because I get tired so fast. And I've noticed, oddly enough, that after I eat is when I'm most likely to crash, and I sort of feel like I need to throw up. And so yeah, that, like, yesterday I was in bed pretty much the whole time, and then I'd recover, and then I'd be like, oh, it's time to eat something, I'm kind of hungry, and then I'd eat something, and then I'd crash again feeling like I was gonna throw up. So yeah, I've got nothing done the last few days, and like, because I keep crashing, that's why I'm not doing the live stream, because if I have dinner around 7 and then crash, I'm not gonna be able to do the live stream. And because I'm not feeling well, I don't think I could talk for an hour. Never mind 2 hours. I don't think I could talk for an hour or whatever. So, video. But yeah, no, I was hoping I could work today because my doctor was like, look, just get the COVID test, and once it's cleared, as long as you feel well, you can go to work. But I don't feel well enough, and I also don't want to spread it to my boss. I mean, it's a small sort of family business, and so if anyone gets sick, it's a big impact compared to if like one person got sick at a corporation. It's a different sort of thing. So it's just like, well, I've caught this from somewhere, a bit of a mystery, because like, you'd think with all the social distancing and the fact that I don't go anywhere that things wouldn't get around so much, but things still do get around. Yeah, so it was just like, better not to go, Anyway, so that's what's happening with me. After I film this, I'm gonna go and lie down, but hopefully I'll have it uploaded in time and slotted in as a premiere for anyone who does turn up at 8 tonight. But yeah, I'm just gonna get some rest, so I'm not working this week. I mean, I'm doing the work from home stuff when I'm conscious, but otherwise I'm just resting. I think I feel a little bit better today because I had breakfast and I didn't have to crash straight away, so that's positive. So I think I'm on like hopefully the uphill, but I just need to take it easy, and then hopefully next week we'll be back onto it, because, you know, I am working next week at Bonsai, so yeah, I don't know, yeah, just a little bit frustrating, because like I haven't even been able to do things like the music video. Oh, speaking of the music video, for Patreon, I'm gonna try and get you some screenshot kind of things so you can see some of the stuff I've been doing with that, because I think I've finally got like the main part of it pretty much sorted, and it's just everything else I need to work on to polish up, and then who knows when I'm going to release this video, but I'm looking forward to it being done and getting out there. Is there any other news? Probably not really, because I've just been so out of it, you know, like, so Saturday, I thought I had the low blood pressure problem, Sunday as well, Monday, properly sick, and in bed, and yeah, actually, no, one thing I forgot, after I filmed all that, right, did I do that? Did I put that video up on Sunday? I don't even remember. Oh my god. But yeah, I think I overdid in the afternoon. Like Saturday and Sunday I was fairly chill, but Sunday's my cleaning day, and so the mistake I made was I cleaned my bathroom, I vacuumed the floor, not just in my room but around the place, and then I took Hope out, and he's just there. Can you see his reflection sort of just behind the camera? I don't want to say the W word, the W-A-L-K word, so yeah, but I took him out, and I think it was just too much physical activity all at once, and I completely crashed after that, and yeah, so Monday was a write-off. Like, I did go on a little public transport adventure, then came home and completely crashed. Yesterday, crashed most of the day, managed to wake up about 10 o'clock and do some work from home. In the middle of the night, because I'd been sleeping all day. And then today, missing work, which is a bit sad, but hey. And yeah, no live stream, but we'll do it next week. I just gotta take it easy. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. See you guys. Yeah, damn, so just quickly, I'm gonna have to edit this in, but, so with the depression thing, my doctor is suggesting that because, like, you know when I was depressed before, that lasted, like, 3 years or so, and I, like, physically felt awful as well, so the running theory is that the depression symptoms I've had, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, yesterday not so bad, probably because I understand it a bit more, but, yeah, the depression symptoms I've had might just be my body, like my brain associating bad body feelings with the emotion in a way, like, you know, because I felt shit when I was depressed. Now when I feel shit, I feel depressed. Does that make sense? Like, if my body, if I was, hang on, I'm so out of it still. My brain was depressed, and that made my body feel awful. Now when my body feels awful, my brain goes, oh, are we depressed again? I don't know if that's really a thing. I think it's more just like, you know, when I'm tired, my brain gets a little bit more vulnerable, but yeah, that's the running theory on the depression, and I'll try and edit this in at a sensible spot, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna lie down with this boy. Yeah, don't mind me, this is just editing me, realizing that last little bit had to tack onto the end because there's just no logical point to slot it in. So this part of the video is just so I have like a little thing that has space for end screen stuff. So like if there's videos and stuff there, click them. There should be like my Patreon somewhere and like a subscribe thing. So that's literally the only reason I put this bit in at the end. See you guys. Was that 20 seconds? Good-o. All right, I'm off.